Hey guys, how's it going? This is CardinalBird5. Today I'm going to have another gameplay for you guys on Teepz' account. Before we get into the game, I do want to talk a little bit about Teepz. He was kind enough to let me play on his account, so yes, this is not my account. This is again Teepz' account. If you guys don't know Teepz, he has a Twitter, and I will put that in the comments once the game is over, but you can see that in the comments. So first, I want to talk about how Teepz got his stubs. He did not buy the stubs. He didn't hack or anything like that. The guy flips on the market like crazy. He's really hardcore about it, and he's really strategic about it. So what I eventually want to do is I want to get a little interview with him and go over one of the gameplays on his account. Hopefully later down the road so you guys get to know Teepz a little bit. But again, I will share his Twitter. I'm sure he's willing to help you guys on the market and give you guys advice. Before we do get started, I also want to show you some of his team and the lineup I have created. Here's the starting pitchers. Again, he pretty much has just about every player. He doesn't have the 98 green key. That's one player he does not have. But if he doesn't have the player, he can pretty much get any other player on the market. He just doesn't have some of the captain rewards. Here's some of the relievers. Again, doesn't have every single player, I don't think, right now. Some of the closers. I've tried this Kimbrel out. It's an okay card. It's not really much difference from the live series Kimbrel. It's got good per-9s. It's a fun card to try. I tried this Joe Nathan. I think the Wainwright honestly is better, but this Joe Nathan's pretty solid. Catchers, I like to play Johnny Bench and Mauer. I don't really use the other catchers, although a lot of them are pretty solid. First baseman, this is a tough decision. I'm tempted to try this Justin Morneau, but I'm playing Pujols right now. At one point, I was playing Teixeira. Tons of cool first basemen to try out, though. Second baseman, in this next game, we're actually going to try Altuve out. I've tried Jackie Robinson, and I've tried Pedroia, Utley, and Robinson Cano. So this next game, we're going to try Altuve. I have not tried him out in DD yet this year. Third base, Miguel Cabrera I have just for on the bench, and then we're going to play Chipper. I like playing Chipper. There's a lot of good third basemen. I really haven't tried, I've tried Arenado a little bit. Haven't tried this A-Rod too much. That's because I play the Seattle A-Rod. Haven't tried really Machado. Moving on to shortstops, he does have the Seattle A-Rod. He also has the flashback Tulo. He doesn't have the Rangers A-Rod, but again, he could go out and get him. So I like to play this Seattle A-Rod right now. It's nice having that speed. He's probably going to be my leadoff guy or my number 2 hitter. Left fielders, he has 2 Ted Williams, Reggie Stalker, Josh Hamilton, Kiner, Braun. I think there's a flashback Braun too he has. Center field, he's got Trout, Beltran, McCutchen, Kemp, Jacoby, just pretty much all the players. K-Line, Mookie Betts, Dawson. There's not many right fielders I use at all, but you name it, he's most likely either has it or he could get it on the market. I think there's a very few amount of cards he does not have. I know Zach Greinke's one of them. So let's talk about my lineup real quick. Well, first, this is my rotation. I'm putting some pitchers in there that I have not used much this year, including Bottle Jimenez. I've never pitched with him at all this year. 97 Ryan, I pitched a few times with him. I do like him. Felix. I have Teepz right now in the rotation just because I want to try out some other second baseman, and he's a 99 starter, so why not? And this new Yu Darvish is in the rotation as well. I haven't tried him out. As far as bullpen, one of the new cards I'm trying out is the Rodney. Tried it out a little bit on my account. Wasn't a huge fan. Then I have just pretty much other prototypical relievers in there that you'll see in high competitive Diamond Dynasty games. The lineup, I'm going to mix it up a little bit this game. We're still going to try McCutchen out a few games. Altuve, we're going to put at second baseman. We have him as our second leadoff guy at the 9-hole. And what I like to do sometimes is if I have a guy where I'm not really comfortable leading off Altuve, I would rather a guy like Beltran and Stalker get more ABs than a guy like Altuve. So I'd rather have Stalker and Beltran have a higher chance of getting more ABs in the game because I think that could be more valuable down the stretch to me. So what I like to do is I like to put Altuve in the 9-hole. And essentially this turns into Altuve leadoff, Beltran 2, Stalker 3, and so on. It's also going to give Reggie Stalker some more at-bats opportunities. It's also going to give him more RBI opportunity with Altuve in the 9-hole. Then we also have McCutchen batting 7th. What I like to do is I like to try to protect my lefties. I'm only playing 2 lefties. We also have 2 switch hitters in there. This is the bench we're going to roll with. I would usually play Jacoby over McCutchen, but again, we're going to try McCutchen out. We also have Ted Williams on the bench, Teixeira. I really enjoy this Teixeira card. Johnny Bench is going to be like a defensive replacement late in the game, or if we face a lefty, I might start him on third base. I think a lot of people don't realize that he can play third base and he has excellent defense. So it was either between him or Mike Schmidt, and I went ahead and went with Johnny Bench because I can also sub him in for Mauer late in the game if I need to. And then Miguel Cabrera, one of my favorite hitters in the game, is this prime Miggy, pretty much just maxed out across the board. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started, and let's find ourselves a game. Alright, so we are pitching Felix Hernandez, and we are facing Jose Fernandez. Opponent has a pretty good lineup. He's leading off Altuve, followed by Reyes. So he's got a lot of speed at the top. Fielder is creative player, Ethier. He's playing the new McCutcheon, it looks like, as well. Corey Seager at third, and then Yachty at catcher, so it should be an interesting game. This Felix is a cool card. My problem with this card, though, is it's very hard to get consistent strikeouts with him. You're relying more on contact than anything. But I will say, if your opponents have a slow bat, he can eat them up with that sinker. It's a good pitch. I think it's bat speed. No, it's still very late. Looks like very late again. So was that 5 very lates in a row? No strikeouts. And there we go. Should be an out. But that's what I'm talking about. Felix is a great pitcher. It's just so hard to get strikeouts with him, even against really late bats. But you're gonna generate a lot of weak contact. Felix Hernandez is basically a very similar pitcher to Arrieta. Since Arrieta got downgraded, I think Felix might be a little bit better. Wow. Oh well. I didn't miss my spot. I wanted to throw it there. He wants to slow bat here. That's right down the middle. That's what I was telling you guys with this Felix. That's a bad pitch. That's my main problem with Felix. He will generate weak contact about 85% of the time, but yet you look up on the scoreboard and he's given up 3 runs in 5 innings. Just because he's so vulnerable to giving up home runs. But it's hard to locate that sinker against lefties on the inner half of the plate. Under it. Gosh darn it. He hung that one too. I just missed it. I gotta get a little bit more precision on my analog. Ooh, I was just under that actually. That wasn't that bad of a swing. He sees that I'm late, he might challenge me again. Oh, good hit, A-Rod. That's double. Wow. Guy's painting corners, man. I thought that was going to be a ball. We'll try Felix a little bit longer, see how he does. Missing my spots completely with him. That's the one frustrating thing about Felix. Some of these sinker ballers, I have a hard time controlling them. It's a better pitch. Alright. It's a good recovery inning. Nobody on. Albert, I like to be patient, try to look up the middle. Unless my opponent is just making a very strong effort to continually pitch me inside, then I'll start looking middle in. Ooh, it still beat the shift. I knew he was going to go back inside there because that was really, really late. Most people do not adjust their timing like that with 2 strikes. I think we're going to get a slider or change up here. Oh my goodness. Well, that was a little bit too low for me to hit. Hanging curveball there. Oh man. I was trying to be aggressive with McCutcheon. With Altuve, I like to try to get him to pop up or hit it opposite field. He can still, if he turns on one, he can still hit it out. So you have to be careful with that. And I also have the third baseman playing in for the bunt, so I usually try to stay away or go really high against Altuve. And that's a hanger. We got away with that one though. There's my modified bunt shift. I like to play the first baseman back. I think I might actually go to the pinch hitter here. I'm not really feeling Felix. Wow, it's terrible. We hit it decent, but Cushion made a good play. It's off the end of the bat a little bit too. Yeah, I feel like we need to go to our bullpen here. There's really no point to try to keep our starter going. And we'll go with a slider. The pitch. Yeah, there's really like no point for me to extend my starter. This is Diamond Dynasty. It's not a 162 game season. The goal is to try to win every game. You can call it a little bit of a try hard or whatever you want to call it, but to me it's just smart. You got your bullpen there, utilize them. You have 7 studs out there just waiting. And if he wants to sub out some of his lefties, that's perfectly fine too. It's a chess match. If he wants to sub out some of his really good lefties, that's fine. I got four righties in the bullpen too. Just try slider, see if he can lay off. Nope. These innings are really crucial. I haven't scored yet. I'm not hitting too great, to be honest. This is where I'm going to look at some pitch analysis. I just don't feel like I have a really good feel for how this guy's pitching me. Pitching chart. He's only really challenged me 3 times with fastballs on the inner half. So I think we're going to look more middle away of lefties, and we're going to look more middle in or righties when the opportunity calls for it. Good hit right at him though. That was a good hit. 3-1 we're just going to take. We need a base runner. We're going to go first to third. We're going to test Kutch's arm. We're there. That was terrible. So a 2-1 changeup. Yep, he's way under it. Mauer still might be able to throw him out. Nope. Chapman. Chapman done a good job so far out of the bullpen. Ah, that's a good hit. Good AB too. I was on that curveball. Look at 2-0 fastball here. Get out of here. See, that's certain spots in the game where you want to be aggressive, but you don't always want to be super aggressive, if that makes sense. You want to surprise them every now and then. Because up until that point, 2-0, I was pretty much taken, or 3-1 I was taken. But there's certain spots where you have to show them that you can be aggressive and jump on that fastball. Altuve. Off the wall. Let's go. Guy's throwing a lot of curveballs in full counts. Oh, he's going to Chapman. 2-0, he's struggling here. He's not even close, but we will take this time. He's got Chapman tired. Well, I hate those hits. I'd almost rather strike out. Just gonna walk A-Rod. This is a crucial decision. So I think what I might do is I might bring in a right-handed hitter and take Mauer out. I'm not going to bring in Johnny Bench though. I'm only going to put Johnny Bench afterwards. So I think we'll do the Miggy right now actually. He's probably going to take Chapman out, which is fine by me. Get out of here, Miggy. Let's go. Don't rob it. Don't rob it. Don't rob it. Don't rob it. Yes. Prime Miggy. Let's go. Clutch. So that's why we have Johnny Bench on our bench. Now we can put him in at catcher and actually get a defensive upgrade. Albert, that should be a single. We're gonna go. Oh, we'll stay one. Stay one. Stay one. That was a weird play. It was in the gap. But they're shifted over for Albert, so. Not enough power there from the right side by Chipper. So that's one of the few times I will sub out Mauer, and I think that was a good decision, obviously. Even if it didn't work out, I think it was a good decision. Now we're going to put Johnny Bench in. We're going to go with Fernando Rodney right here. Make that play, Chipper. Chipper scares me over there at third. I want to try to throw a changeup outer on the outer half and get him to just kind of pull off it like that right there, just to pull off it and fly out. Because I don't think he's going to be able to stay on that. And if he does stay on it and go to left field, I don't think he'll be able to hit it out. I don't think that's going to go. It's gone. Set to Teixeira. Well, there we go, Johnny. Got himself a hit. I was looking for a cutter or slider there, but he threw a changeup, which is pretty much the same velocity as a slider, so we were able to stay on it. Oh, no, that was a slider, actually. I was right on it. Oh, wow. Still double play. Nice. He was on that, but he was a little bit on top of it. Oh, we're gonna go the high fastball. Good pitch. Just gonna challenge him with the fastball. Alright, first strike. Now we can mess with him a little bit, throw a changeup, and that'll be ball game. That is a perfect example of knowing when to go to your bullpen. Don't have any, there's no point of having some self-pride or having a big ego about it. There's no point to keep your starter in. It's time in Dynasty, so it's a perfect example of utilizing your bullpen to its fullest. The guy did not score a run. I don't even think he got a hit. He might have had one hit off him. Like, he only had 3 hits the entire game. This might not even have been a great player, actually. I was just not hitting great. Yeah, he was only an 18th total player. I figured it'd be better. We get Teepz' account up to 2101, and hey, I'll take that win. I wasn't hitting too great, but our pitching was good, and sometimes that's all you need. Alright, no great reward. That's going to do it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Cardinal Bird 5 signing out, and once again, thank you, Teepz, for letting me use your account. Peace.